Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Sirianatarot. This is going to be a you versus them love reading for my dearest Leos. Leo, I'm going to read your energy on the right, your person's energy on the left, and then we're going to see what's happening between you right down the middle. At any point in time, feel free to swap the energies that I may be picking up on. And if these messages do resonate, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And a friendly reminder, I am available for private readings, so if you're after one, I have those links down below. All right, so your person's energy is showing up as the Six of Pentacles in reverse, okay? They could just be tossing you some breadcrumbs here. Your energy, we see the Devil in reverse. You might be feeling, Leo, like you're getting rid of a connection that's been karmic in nature or that's been, doing more harm than good. And we have the Seven of Wands. So I do feel like, interesting. You both might be feeling a little bit guarded here. And we see the Three of Swords. So it feels like your person is definitely holding back. Now, for some of you, they do want to fight for this connection. And for some of you, you want to see if there's going to be some major changes here with that Devil in reverse. Because I do think you feel like something has been unhealthy. Something here has been toxic or karmic. And you're kind of thinking about, you're protecting your energy from it is what I'm getting. All right, so your person's been holding back. They've been breadcrumbing, maybe communicating little to none. All right, and we see the Seven of Cups. Yeah, so some of you, this person, they spend a lot of time wondering about you, but for some of you, they're smoke screening. And what I mean by that is like there's this veil of distortion around them, so it's like really hard to read this person. They may be confused. They might not know what they want. And we see these two people who are, their feet are still touching, right? Or they're still kind of coming together a little bit, but they're both looking in different directions. So again, I feel like this person is confused about how they feel or what they want out of this relationship. They're viewing you as the World card. So that's strong fixed energy. Leo energy is fixed, but it could be Taurus, Scorpio, or Aquarius coming through. They may feel like there's been an ending or there is going to be an ending, but the World card also indicates something ends and something new begins. So with the Devil in reverse, you might be feeling a little bit pessimistic about this relationship, Leo, but you might also be feeling like, you know what, I need to protect my energy. And if this person is confused or they're breadcrumbing me or they're holding back a lot, like why am I putting in all the work? Like why am I, spending, all this time thinking about them, worrying about them, not knowing how they feel about me? All right, the Seven of Pentacles, you're looking at all the time and effort that's been put into this connection. But you may also be waiting to kind of see, okay, what are they going to do? Are they going to make it right? Are they going to change? All right, let's see how you're viewing this person. We see the Magician in reverse. Yeah, you're viewing this person as manipulative though, or you're seeing this person, you might be starting to look at the ways that they don't work for you, the way that, the way that they fall short for you, Leo. And, what I mean by that is I don't think you've started out that way, but I think you're starting to kind of reframe it. Like you're not, you're taking those rose-colored glasses off and you might be like, you know what, this person's not emotionally available, or this person doesn't love the way that, the way I need to be loved. So I definitely see a defensiveness here going on between the two of you with the Seven of Wands. I can definitely see, Leo, why you're in need of protecting your energy. All right, they're viewing the connection as the King of Wands. So they're very physically attracted to you, but you may feel like that's it, right? But the King of Wands is also somebody who holds a torch for you. They see this as potentially being quite a powerful relationship. All right, and you're viewing the relationship as the Wheel of Fortune, so you know that this has been on your path for a reason. I do think some of my Leos, although you're not really trusting this, you're waiting to see what happens because you do feel like there's some sort of particular destiny here. And if they can clean up their side of the street, or they can transform things, or they can show up for you the way that you want them to, I think you're open to it with that Wheel of Fortune card. But with the Five of Wands energy in reverse, you don't want drama. You want a solid, secure relationship with somebody who loves you the way you love them, who shows up the way you need them to show up in a relationship. And, someone who calms your nervous system versus, sending it in overdrive, right? So let's see what we need to know about this person for my Leos. Okay, what do we need to know about this person for my Leos? All right, we see the Exorcist. All right, so this person, and we see with that, the devil energy in reverse, they're freeing themselves and others of destructive impulses. Some of you, this person is holding back and looking at what transformations need to take place, like within their own life, within their own emotional body. This person is definitely enlightened. They revel in an intimate union with the divine. They may be a mystic. They may be a reader. They might be somebody who is very spiritual. Again, they might be really calling on spiritual guidance here to get them through this. All right, and we see poet. So this is definitely somebody who has a way with words, an eloquent speaker. But again, you don't want to get, caught up in what they're saying. You really want to get clear about, what they're doing and how that makes you feel. So let's see what else is holding this person back. Criticizing your partner is driving them away. Focus on their good qualities. So for some of you, they have been overly critical, and that's something to pay attention to. When somebody does start criticizing you, oftentimes, one, it's maybe the honeymoon period is over in the relationship, but two, what bothers us about other people is usually what bothers us about ourselves. And with this criticizing energy, maybe some of you have felt like this person was more critical of you lately. And it is a big red flag because, in my experience and what I've seen in personal relationships and then other relationships is like when somebody starts becoming overly critical, they're unhappy about something within the relationship and they may be looking for a way out. So that is something to take into consideration. And mixed signals. Yep, see, this is what I'm getting. They've been giving you mixed signals. They don't... and I don't think you don't let other people know you're interested. Flirt and be approachable. I just feel like this person has been running hot and cold on you, Leo, and I think that is because they don't really know what they want, and that they're holding back, and they're still protecting their energy. Maybe they feel like this connection is too intense. Maybe they don't feel good enough for you. I mean, that's also a big reason. When somebody feels like you've got the upper hand, they might try to knock you down a peg. So to me, that's like really low vibrational energy or immaturity. So it is something for you to take a look at. All right. And let's see. What do they want to say to you? Is it possible to forgive and forget? So can we heal things? And I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions. So they're starting to definitely feel like, you might be letting them go, that you're not up for any of their BS or their drama anymore. All right, so let's see, what are their very next actions towards you, Leo? What are their very next actions towards you, Leo? All right, we have Judgment card, okay, and we see the Eight of Swords. Yeah, this person isn't trusting their judgment. They're confused. The Seven of Cups. They're not trusting their judgment. They're going to stay stuck in their head for a little bit. All right, and we see the Chariot card. Now, they might come towards you at some point in time and want to break through. I'm not sure they're matching your energy, to be honest, but let's see. Final advice and guidance for my Leos. Stuck in fear. You're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, but what about all the things that could go right? Make a paradigm shift in your thinking and take inspired action anyway. So I kind of feel like Spirit's telling you, Leo, don't worry about what you're losing. Look at what you're gaining, because it feels like this has been a connection that's brought you some drama. It feels like you've been holding space for this person. I know you feel deeply connected to this person. And do I think they're going to come towards you? Yeah, I do. But I also think that there's a real potential that it's going to be too little too late, that they still have so much to work through. And remember that people's actions speak so much louder than their words. And this person's good with words. They're very good with words. All right, so I'm going to leave it here, Leo, sending you love and light. Take care.